Scott, we're here to talk about you extending your contract by another year. Very obviously, you triggered the extension that took you through to the end of the new season earlier in the last season, but you've now signed for another year. Start by telling us and the supporters, why you are keen to get your future sorted out for another year.
Obviously delighted to be here again. I'd obviously triggered the extension last season that meant I was going to run into this season, but the manager and the new owners have come in and we've had a discussion and they're keen to tie me down for another year, so I'm more than happy with that. I think it's an exciting time for the club and hopefully I can be the captain and the leader on the pitch going forward and hopefully be the leader of an exciting time for the club.
And it's a good sign of the faith shown you by everyone at the club, that the manager wants you to stay for an extra amount of time, the new investors, the new board, want you to stay. It's good to feel, in football, it's good to feel wanted, isn't it?
It's really good to feel wanted. I think that was a big part in me agreeing to stay straight away. I think that obviously I spoke about how important that the manager's relationship is to me and how good he's been with me. I said this on the awards night, that there was a lot of times that I could have gone from part-time to full-time, but it just didn't feel quite right, and as soon as I spoke to the manager, this one felt right for a different reason. He's been, I can't speak highly enough of him. He's obviously given me the captaincy as well. It was a bit of a whirlwind last season, and obviously when you look back, you're obviously thankful to the manager for taking that risk on you, and as soon as he said that he wanted to keep me for next season and the season after now, so I was only really focusing on staying here, to be fair. As you said, it's an exciting time for the club with a new board and stuff, and it shows that they're committed to me to obviously sign me up for another 2 years.
Yeah. And you mentioned the annual awards night there. It was held at the Strathern. I mean, the joke was made by the host Des McEwen that you would have had repetitive strain injury or excess miles on your pedometer for the amount of times you were up and down collecting awards. Looking at those awards, you've already talked about how the manager places faith in you and chose you as his Player of the Year. You also had the Rovers supporters who voted you in an online poll as their Player of the Year. What do the supporters support? What does that mean to you?
No, that means a lot to me. I think that when I came in last summer, I would have probably been no one's pick for captain, to be fair. So it kind of just shows how quickly it can turn around the football. Listen, these guys follow us up and down the country. They'll have seen every game that we've played this season, and obviously to be voted their supporters Player of the Year, it means a lot to me. Hopefully that I know now that obviously winning 4 awards is good, but I need to continue that next season. There's no point me sitting back and resting on my laurels, so to speak, and that I come back and I'm not the same player as what I was next season. There's still more to come for me. There's no doubt about that. Hopefully working with Mickey, working with the gaffer, that I can continue to improve as a player and hopefully go again for next season.
Yeah, and not wanting to pit awards against each other, you also got outstanding performance for the Queen's Park game, and I'm not wanting to put you on the spot here, the ultimate accolade, Player of the Year from your teammates, from the club captain Ross Matthews right through the young guys. How important is it that your teammates back here? That
was probably, as you say, that's probably the one award that everyone. I don't mean to speak bad. I don't mean this bad on the other awards, because they're obviously a huge honour to me as well. But the Players Player of the Year is the one that probably means the most to me, because these are the guys that you work day in, day out with. They're the guys that you're out on the pitch with, and obviously there was a few people I think had an outstanding season. I think to win an award over Aidan, to score 15 goals in a season from right wing is really impressive. I would pay tribute to him. I think that if anyone else deserved the award, Aidan, and probably Jama would have been my two picks. To obviously win an award over the 2 guys was just shows to me that I obviously had a good season and stuff, but as I said, the guys have been outstanding as well. Everyone's been amazing with me since I've come in. I said that on the night. I think Des McEwen used the backstabbers comment. I didn't mean it like that, to be fair, but I think it would have been easy for guys like Ross and Vonnie, as I said on the night, to come in and kind of turn the nose up at somebody that was been at Peterhead last season to suddenly come in and be made captain. But these guys have been amazing with me. I couldn't speak highly enough of these guys. They've been really supportive and stuff, and as I said, to obviously get that award off these guys was a huge honour for me, and hopefully we can move forward as a team. I don't think we finished where we wanted to finish in the league, but hopefully next season we can push up the table and, as I said on the night, hopefully push towards the playoffs.
This is quickly turning into one of the most positive interviews I think I've ever done for RaithTV, so let's continue with that positivity. We've mentioned it, you've talked about it several times before now, you know, the new investors, the new board that's been put in place at Raith Rovers. You'll have seen and heard about some of their plans. Without getting ahead of ourselves, how exciting a time are the next 2 seasons going to be for you, to giving you a contract and for the longer term future under these new guys?
Yeah, as I said, I've obviously signed up for the next 2 years. I don't think that it's just a 2-year plan. Obviously, I'm hoping to be here for longer. I'm sure the owners are going to be here for longer than that. It's an exciting time as a player because it's probably going to be a summer of change a wee bit for the club, certainly. So obviously, as football, some boys are going to leave, some boys are going to come in. So it's an exciting time for me as captain to hopefully welcome these new boys in. So yeah, there's obviously changes to the stadium and changes to our environment as a player coming in. We're going to be at a different. We're obviously going to still be in the stadium, but there's going to be improvements made to that, which is, for a player, it's really important because it's going to give us no excuses when we go out on the pitch, hopefully on a Saturday, when we're trying to win 3 points. There's going to be obviously the top infrastructure in the around the building to hopefully help us get the 3 points on a Saturday. I think everything's geared in their plans towards obviously pushing higher on the table, which is natural, but as I said, that they're going about it in a way that is going to give the players an environment to progress rather than just buying 25 new players that are hopefully going to win us the league. It's putting a plan in place that hopefully is good for the club. You'll have spoke to the guys, and I've been really impressed with what they've got to say, and as I said, hopefully it's an exciting time for the club. Yeah,
and they backed up their words with their actions. I mean, I think it was Dean McKenzie said, I'm less of a talker, I'm more of a doer. And indeed, the home dressing room is now an empty shell. I looked in it and barely recognised it as the home dressing room that's been there for 100 years. They've got a big job with the age of the building, but they've got the drive and the motivation to do it the right way, haven't they?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you mentioned an empty shell. The squad felt like a bit of an empty shell towards the back end of last season when we had a couple of subs in that dressing room. So, as I said, hopefully we can build a squad that it's going to be pushing towards the playoffs. That's obviously important for us as players, but as you said, the guys are impressive off the pitch as well. That we're going to be an infrastructure in place. There's going to be something in place that we can develop as people and as players, and that's important to us. We don't just want to come in here every day, and it's not that, I don't think there was anything wrong with the environment before, but as you know, it probably needed an upgrade, to be fair. And listen, as a player, it's an exciting time to see the plans around the building, and as I said, it's all geared towards us being on the pitch and hopefully winning 3 points on a Saturday.
Yeah. Final question, you talked about upgrades and refreshing of the building and in some senses the squad, and I know what you're going to say in answer to this question. With the players that potentially are going to come in to enhance the squad for the new season, how far do you think we can go? How well do you think we can finish at the end of next season?
No, I think first and foremost we need to be aiming for the playoffs. I think that this season that was our aim, but ultimately we fell short of that. I don't think it was a bad season considering the amount of stuff that went on off the pitch and the amount of injuries and stuff that we had. But yeah, I think that the new owners are coming in. They're going to be ambitious, which is we have to carry that out on the pitch as well. We need to realise that our aim that next season is going to be to get the playoffs at least. So I think that every day at the club we're going to be working towards that. I think that obviously the club haven't made the playoffs now in the last 2 seasons, and the pressure is going to be on us a wee bit next season, obviously with the new owners coming in and the new infrastructure to make that. It's up to us on the pitch to deliver that, and hopefully we can do, along with the manager and Mickey, and as I said, the backroom staff helping us out as well.
Here's hoping. Thanks for that, and good luck for the future.
Thank you.